Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the 100 Duplicant Challenge. We are slowly but surely coming to an end towards this series, and I might be skipping some more of the cycles towards the end. All we need to do is to be able to sustain what we currently have going on. For one, that means having enough liquid in combination with the polluted dirt in order to create the oxygen inside the base, which at the moment is satisfactory. You can breathe everywhere inside the base except here in the carbon dioxide layer. Also, currently we are lacking the slime and the algae, so that is what we are researching right now by exploring the nearest tiles around in space so that we can launch a rocket. Another thing that we are lacking, especially if we want to take advantage of other resources, I'm not even sure if that's necessary. For instance, I don't think we need to tap into the cool steam vent. Maybe 100 cycles wasn't even that much of a challenge. Or I should say the first 50 cycles are extremely more challenging than the rest. So what I've already been doing in the background is a little bit of brainstorming for the next Ultimate Base series. I would like to launch that very soon. I have some extremely good ideas for, the perfect base. It's getting better every time, of course, but I figured I also wanted some of your input. So for instance, what world should we start on? What should be the settings? Should we just go with a normal spawn again? Do you have some good ideas or interesting seeds that I could try out for this Ultimate Base series 4.0? Another series that I have planned is a Factorio series that is going to be dependent on the expansion, and then of course City Skylines 2 is going to be something I'm extremely looking forward to. We can see 60 Researcher is doing her job. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, we are almost there. Soon we will know what planetoids are close to us and where we can get some more slime. Of course, at the moment we only need the slime in order to sustain our dust cap farm. I completely shut down the algae distillers at this point. Now maybe while we are exploring about, could we utilize the heat? Now that we have access to steam turbines, we should be able to build those easily. Yeah, and so it wouldn't be the worst of ideas to take advantage of the heat just to compensate for our power needs. Let me think, would there be a way to easily do that? No, we have to temperature control it all the time. What if we did something like this? Build a mechanized airlock here, and then I would be using a bunch of metal tiles, everything built out of steel, so it cannot melt. The rest I'm gonna fill up with insulated tiles here, and a layer at the bottom. Let's actually make it different. I'm just gonna add another mechanized airlock here on the other side, and then this right here could be my steam chamber. I would be making my way down here, and then we can just build a liquid lock. Now my goal would be to get into this room without leading in the carbon dioxide, so it's already pumped out and we have no troubles with the magma heating everything up. And the best way to accomplish this would be a liquid lock. We can then use this ladder to go down. Let me actually build this out of something else, obsidian. I then go ahead and add a bottle emptier right here in order to fill up the liquid lock. Should we do it with petroleum? Oh, I just see we completely ran out of oil. So I think I'm gonna do it slightly differently by adding the liquid lock here on the top where the heat can barely reach. And now I just need to find a way to dig this out after establishing that liquid lock. I think this is gonna work. I mean, it has to be quick and nasty. And then we can have a layer of steam turbines on the top. Hopefully we'll be using up that magma in due time. But just for another 20 cycles, it's not worth it to really set up something huge. Yeah, I think I can just leave them hanging here a little bit. Let's maybe initiate some more production. Oh, I'm pumping up the polluted water here, I just realized. Oh no, it is just an ore field. This is so disappointing. So all depends on this next question mark. Oh, I think we were lucky. Wait. What do we have here? We have space, tundra, forest, ocean. No, it's not the right one. It's the radioactive planetoid. Oh, this is so disappointing. Maybe we'll have a question mark nearby, but then hopefully the carbon dioxide rocket is going to be enough. The problem is that would also mean we need a telescope on board, but we could totally arrange that by putting the storage bin right here, for instance, and then getting rid of the automatic dispenser. And then all we have to do is fit a telescope right here. No, actually, I need to put it here. Ah, darn it. Okay, please, just discover something. Just discover something else. Oh, suffocating. Ew, that's not good. Let me see. We have some granite here, so I could build a ladder. And if I did that here, then yes, I think she took the job. Okay, yeah, that might be your rescue. Come on. Okay, never mind. I totally forgot. The reason I went up here is because I wanted to produce some more steel. Let's do another 20 or so crafts. And while we're at it, I'm also gonna craft some more refined carbon, 50 crafts, and honestly, ceramic. Let's also do some more of that. Good, then another idea I figured we could do is fill this gas pipe with the hydrogen we're getting from the hydrogen vent. The vent is right over here. It would be quite easy to just hook this up whenever we have enough. So let's say we build the pump up here in a cavity, we get stuff out of here and just bring it all the way over into this pipe. And then if I go ahead and do that, we will be more dependent on the hydrogen. So that means my duplicants will not have to use the hamster wheels. Right now they are doing it because of the jumbo batteries. Yeah, that is also always a problem. So maybe we should exchange them with smart batteries to not confuse the system. Okay, there's another planetoid over here, but this one is really far away. Too far for my first carbon dioxide rocket. Yeah, let's just wait until this goes around one more time in order to discover the rest of the question marks. But it's not looking good, honestly. Let me actually see. 3 tons of slime we have left. How many plants do we have? This is like 39 mushrooms. Then we have another 37 minus 9, so 28. What was that? I already forgot. 39, yes, so that's 57, right? 57 times 4 kilograms a cycle would be, what, 228? Oh, never mind. We have enough slime. Yeah, I think we won the challenge. Yeah, let's just unpause the game, see what happens. I mean, that was the only thing, right? What about the sulfur? Let me see. Sulfur, yeah, we have a bunch of grub fruit plants, but not that many, honestly. And they just require 10 kilograms a day. Oh, actually, never mind. We have 28 per row, so that's 56. Plus another 26 here. That would be 82 times 10, 820 kilograms, right? Wait, are you serious? Farming is so stupidly cheap. This is incredible. But yeah, I bet you at this point I could just leave the game running and go with the flow, and eventually we would win. What is the second planetoid doing even? They dug up everything. Yeah, we could tap into oil. Using the oil well right here requires 240 watts. I think we could take that and put it right there. And then all we have to do is feed it some water, which actually we don't have that much of. So maybe at this point we're gonna stop the water flow and instead we set up something else. Let's go into a water sieve here, put that right there. We're just gonna bring it through and then bring it over to the oil well. Sure. Let's make the last few remaining pipes out of insulation. And I'm also gonna replace these guys here with insulated material. Okay. Then we also need a little bit of power, which we can take from here. And that should then be producing some more oil for us that we can transport over. Now, the problem is we don't want the resulting oil to go into the water sieve. So instead of going directly up here, we are first gonna go up here and then do a oil check. Since it's not always flowing, I think this time around we actually need to take a filter. So that's what I'm gonna do. Put a filter right here. And then I want the oil to escape. Is there still... Yeah, there's a little bit of ethanol left, but we should be able to mop this up. So we will not have to take care of the ethanol and we can just filter out the oil. And then water and polluted water is gonna go into the water sieve, feeding the oil well. Then we're gonna hook these guys up to power as well. And all we need to do is put down a flooring for this water sieve. Easy as that. Right here with this bottle emptier, I want to start filling this up with a little bit of water. We're going to enable auto bottle. And then I think I can also remove this tile and possibly this one here. And I should be okay then just removing everything together without actually infringing on the vacuum. Okay guys, it is not actually looking good. However, we would have about 200 cycles before we need the slime. So our only issue, according to my calculations, whether they may be correct or not, is the sulfur. However, sulfur we technically already have access to. I think so, at least. Yeah, liquid sulfur geyser. We have one here on Mukina. So if we can tap into that in due time, we have about 9 or 10 cycles left to do so. We might get away with it. Did I already discover the sulfur geyser? It might be this one here. Let's actually go ahead, or is it this one? No, that's the carbon dioxide one. So I think what I need to do is dig my way in here and explore a little bit into this direction. Figure out what this volcano is all about. Also, while while we're at it, I want to make sure we sweep the sleet wheat here. Actually, I can probably choose that from here. Yeah, sleet wheat. So now it's going to be brought automatically over to the main planetoid in order to be processed. I'm also going to do the same thing over here, dig my way over, gain access to some of the sleet wheat. Maybe I should also prioritize the digging here a little bit, because that is going to be important that we replenish the sulfur within the next 10 cycles. Now, since we don't really have a clear destination, I would say we're just going to go for the rocket launch and do it. We could go ahead and check out the other planetoid, land a rover over there. So why don't we just go ahead and begin that launch sequence? Oh, there we go. We are launching. Number 29, I believe, is the pilot. And there she goes, the beauty. Now, it's going to take about half a cycle for us to reach that destination. Not extremely long. On the second planetoid, in the meantime, we have installed the oil well, or almost, I would say. Come on, 73, you can do it. Thank you. Nice. So the only thing that's missing is this insulated pipe, and then we should be able to run this oil well. Now, I totally forgot. What is the power source? We have 2 coal generators and still almost 40 tons of coal. Quite reassuring, I would say. In the meantime, I have so many idle dupes that whenever I set up a task, so many of them are just going for it. It is absolutely insane. But yeah, right now I'm just making my way in here, establishing the liquid lock, and then we can dig our way through there. Oh, and I just noticed I only need 1 door and the metal tiles on either side. Whoops. Let's build that in a minute. Another builder spec'd into demolition. That is definitely gonna help. Let me actually set up the cap there. Also, by now, look at how many pacus I have. They really contribute to the food. Probably the most profitable farm, even though I haven't really automated it. Whoa, I totally forgot about my ship that is already here. So let's deploy the rover module. Actually, let me oversee the planetoid first. We have some aluminium and gold. Interesting. Yeah, nothing really of too great interest, but maybe we can land somewhere here. No, actually, there's not enough space. Let's just see. Deploy the rover module and... oh, I can actually put it here. Are you serious? I thought you can only do it in line of sight, but there you go. Let's... oh, not abandon the ship, please. I just want to see the rover go through the terrain. Are you doing it? Yes. Okay, not too shabby. This is actually a really good place to start our adventures. I mean, it's all really for nothing, right? Because we're gonna abandon the world very soon. But at least we can do some exploration still in order to see what we were missing out on. There's my rover already going to the task. And actually not being bad at digging, I have to say. Good, then with that out of the way, we can already send the rocket back. That was its whole mission for the time being. But yeah, I'm extremely disappointed we didn't find 2 planetoids that are close. There it is, my oil well, absolutely going for it, crushing it. I just see the liquid cannot distribute correctly, so we'll have to add some mesh tiles. But if we do it right here, and maybe remove this layer, we should be good. Let me see. Yeah, we probably first have to remove it and then add the mesh tiles. Number 29 made a mess. Well, that was to be expected. And I'm not even mad at this poor little fella. Oh, I think he just came back here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, totally forgot to drop the oxygen mask there. Okay. Oh, that is a problem. This is a carbon dioxide vent. Are you serious? Where's the other vent? Oh no, it must be down here somewhere. So what if we dug our way through here next and then kind of attempted to go down here? This shouldn't be... ooh, actually this is already too hot. Okay, maybe towards the end it is still gonna get interesting because I haven't found the sulfur geyser and maybe setting up an infrastructure for it might already be too late. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's inactive for the next 20 cycles and then it's of no use to us either way. So we need to prepare for the eventuality that we cannot utilize our farms here anymore, the grapefruit plants. That means we either fix it by adding other plants that we have enough materials for, or we increase the amount of farms. So there's probably also an animal that poops out some sulfur, but that might also be too late to set up. What about dirt? We still have 74 tons of dirt. Why don't we just up the ante of our mealwood? They just require 10 kilograms a cycle. Right now we have barely any of these plants. Also over here we have some nice oxygen. I think this is going to remain this way, so it would be wise to just continue this. Now I know this is going to be a little bit of an eyesore, but in this case I really think it's going to be worth it to just replace what we are missing out on. It was like 82 plants we had to replace, but these might actually get more food. And considering the amount of dirt we have, I think we can just risk it. Or maybe even just 6. Oh, actually, it's too hot here. Darn it. Never mind. Interesting. So maybe down here? No, it's still 31 degrees. Crap. Interesting. So maybe for the last 15 cycles, it's still gonna get a little bit close. Look at that. We're already down to 6.6 tons of sulfur. We're just not failing for the reason I thought we would. But there you go. I think the next episode, I'm gonna make the last one. We're just gonna play for these last 15 cycles. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna end this cycle for today and see what still happens. Just finish the projects that we started. Here, the oil well. I want this to actually do its thing, and I want to see the oil being pumped up. In the meantime, we're revealing more terrain of the third planetoid, but alas, I can only repeat myself. It's a little bit in vain since we cannot replenish the resources we actually need. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably a great planetoid. I mean, look at the collection of geysers and volcanoes. This would be amazing to integrate in a longer playthrough. Good, so for the last episode, our goal is going to be to survive the last 15 cycles to maybe add this contraption in order to gain some more energy in general. But yeah, after reaching 100 cycles with everyone actually surviving, I would consider this challenge finished and we can dedicate our time to other projects. And yeah, of course, at the very end, we're gonna open up the pneumatic door to the printing pod, and I hope the game is just gonna fail miserably with all the dupes going to said printing pod, having to wait for like 3 days for their turn. Okay, now the oil dropped down, but it is not distributing over. That's a little bit of a problem. We need to recycle this a little bit. So what if we just added a vent? Say instead of this ladder, we can add a vent, and we want to open and close the vent with a simple switch. That did not have the effect I wanted. Well, we are pumping up from this part. This is what I wanted to see, just so that the oil has the strength to push over. Okay, very nice. I think with that out of the way, we can wrap it up for today. Maybe you have some suggestions as well, how I could survive without that sulfur at our disposal. Maybe I'm just gonna go through with the meal lice idea. I will have to cool down an area, but we should be able to do that maybe even with an aqua tuner or so. But yeah, with that out of the way, I would say we're gonna wrap it up for today. The second to last episode, I'm pretty sure we can pull through the last 15 cycles pretty easily the next episode. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.